Sullivan. I'm a former IRS agent and teaching instructor with IRS. Welcome to my YouTube station. It's the home of the 5-minute or less video. I have around 5,200 subscribers. I thank you for all my subscribers. I do these videos for 3 reasons. So you get honest information, so you don't get ripped off, and in fact you at least are learning the truth, and many are educational. And I give you insider information that you're not going to get from anybody else. I shoot these videos at home. I don't like my office is across the street, just more casual here. So anyway, you're not going to see me in a fancy tie or outfit or anything. If I've been on major TV news stations many times and have a whole team of former IRS agents. You can go to 777irs.com. You can see all my information on there, all my TV interviews with Fox Business, ABC, NBC, CBS, and Newsmax, and all those. You'll see them all there, and my whole team. As a former IRS agent working over 10,000 cases, IRS does certain things to get the attention of taxpayers, to actually annoy them. And it's kind of bothersome that they do this, but in fact they do. So IRS has this letter. It's the IRS Letter 3164. And on the IRS Form 3164, I'm going to read it. It's important you hear what this is. You probably guys said, we're writing to let you know that during the determination of a collection of tax liabilities, the Internal Revenue Service may contact third parties. IRS doesn't say which third parties. Third-party contacts may include, but are not limited to, your neighbors, your employers, your employees, and banks, to determine how we're going to collect the tax. Well, it's a standard form that IRS sends out. It's not something you have to really worry about, but let me tell you what IRS can do and how this will affect you. It's the scary letter to let you know that IRS is going to start their investigation. Generally, by this time, a revenue officer or someone at IRS is working your case. How do they notify the bank? By actually a bank levy or a wage garnishment levy. They can knock on your door or knock on your neighbor's door to find out where you are. It's just such a scary letter, and it really, IRS doesn't do anything that they normally don't do on any other case. But what's the bottom line to this letter? IRS is trying to scare you. Actually, you shouldn't let this get to this point. It's time, if you're not going to resolve it, to call us or a professional and let them handle the resolution of the case. The bottom line to all this is this. IRS simply is just trying to close the case they have outstanding. That's all IRS is trying to do. They have an outstanding inventory, and they have an open module. You're on that open module, and that case has to be closed. So this letter helps perpetuate the closing by having you pick up the phone and saying, yes, IRS, what's my exit strategy? What am I going to do? Basically, what IRS wants to do is they want a financial statement on you. They want to take a 433A or a 433F and determine how much, in fact, that they are going to collect from you. That financial statement is going to be very critical. So, but that's it. IRS just wants to close the case. When you get this letter, understand the next step A, to call IRS. Either call a professional, call us, or whoever you're going to call, or if you're going to call IRS, be prepared to give them a financial statement. If the case is with a revenue officer, they're going to want a 433A. If the case is with at the service center, they're going to want a 433F, and they're going to want it documented. They're going to want bank statements. They're going to want copies of expenses. They want pay stubs. They want to go ahead and close the case. And like I said, how are they going to close this case? They're going to close your case, guarantee you, by either putting you in hardship, currently non-collectible payment agreement, or you may be able to file an offer and compromise if you're eligible. So don't get all bent out of shape if you get this letter. It's just standard. IRS isn't going to go out of the way to contact your relatives and all over the world to tell you you owe tax. It's a good little shake-up letter. I get a number of calls, but you don't have to get too excited from it, but you better start doing something, because many times after this letter, If you don't do anything, IRS is going to send out a bank levy or a wage garnishment levy. I used to as a former revenue officer. If this information was good, please give me a subscription. We thrive on subscriptions because YouTube thrives on them. The more subscribers, the more they think your information is good and credible to them on YouTube. So I would always appreciate that. Leave me a comment. Have questions, leave them. I try to get back to them as much as I can. And thank you for the subscription.